Hey everybody, today we're going to show you where to get all 8 collectibles here in the Floo Powder mission of LEGO Harry Potter years 1 through 4, so let's jump into it. So as soon as we start the level, the first thing we're going to do is pick up 6 garden gnomes and throw them at their target. So the first one will be right over here, right where you spawn. We're going to launch him at the actual target in front of us. The second one will be right over here to the left. We can pick him up and we're going to throw him into the laundry machine that's next to the shed. The third one will be in front of the shed. We can go ahead and pick him up. We're going to throw him inside and he'll come riding out on a motorcycle. The fourth one is going to be right over here in front of the car. You're going to pick him up and you're just going to throw him inside of the car. Number 4. Number 5 is going to be right here in front of the house. This one you need to throw in the pond that's right here beside us. You don't necessarily need to aim. I think when you go to spin him, he automatically is going to go in the right direction. But you can spin him and once you launch him, he'll go into the water. And then our 6th and final gnome is going to be found over here in the back by the basketball hoop. Be able to pick him up and spin him. Then we're going to throw him into the basketball hoop. And once he scores, it will then spawn our first collectible, which is going to be the Gryffindor Crest. The next thing we're going to do is switch over to Hermione, and we are going to use Crookshanks to dig up the dirt mound that is right behind the basketball goal. So go over there with Crookshanks, dig it up. And underneath is going to be our second collectible, which is the George Weasley character token. Now, once you've grabbed that token, the next thing we need to do is build all of the blocks that are right here in front of the basketball hoop. Now, depending on where you're standing, this may be a little difficult to get these to build. So just move around until it actually builds it up. But this is going to be a pumpkin vehicle that you can hop in and drive around. And what you want to do is drive over the green plants that you can see here in the yards. The first one's right there in front of us. You'll see that once you drive over it, a carrot will pop out of the ground. There's going to be 4 in this first area. You can see we've gathered, I believe, 3, and then the 4th one will be right here beside us. That'll be your first 4 carrots. And then if we go over here to the left side, you're going to see another one right here. That'll be 5. 6 is right here and 7 is right in front of us. So they're pretty easy to spot. They're just little green plants that are sticking out of the ground. But once you get all 7 of the carrots out from underneath the ground, we then need to use magic on them to sit them up and they will shoot off like fireworks. So again, there's 3 on this side. And then once you get all 3 of those, we can make our way back over to where we started and get the remaining 4. But again, just use magic on all of these to sit them upright to shoot off like fireworks. And this is going to get us our next collectible. So go ahead and grab our 7th and final one right over here. And then once the 7th one takes off, it will then spawn our 3rd collectible, which is the Hufflepuff Crest. And once we have that crest, we're going to make our way inside of the Weasley home. So we can come right around here to the front and go through the door. We're going to see Ginny Weasley here, and she's going to go and hide, and we're going to have to find her. The first thing we're going to do to open up the next section is to pick up this purple item on the ground and reconnect it to the sink. That is going to cue a cutscene where it fills it up with water, and then all the dishes that are around the kitchen are going to come right over here to it and clean themselves, which will open up this next area for you. Now, to find Ginny, you just want to look for the items that are shaking around the room. It's pretty easy to spot. Before we do that, we're going to grab this chair and we're going to move this right over here. That's going to open the bookcase and you'll see a bunch of books go flying. So she's not in there. This chair is shaking, so we'll shoot that. If she doesn't appear here, then we can come right over here to these books in the back where they're shaking and shoot that. So you just want to use magic on all the items that are shaking in the room, and eventually you will find Ginny Weasley. Now, once you find her, you're going to switch over to her. And we're going to go interact right here where it says to press B in front of the picture above the fireplace. And once you do that with Ginny, they're going to throw a little item out of the picture. And then we're going to need to switch back over to a character that can use magic. And we're going to pick up that item and put it into the fireplace. And this is what's going to create the fire that we can actually go inside of. So once it turns green, we'll go inside. It'll take us to the next room. And then all we need to do is break this lock on this bookcase. And that will save our student in peril. So that will be collectible number 4. For number 5, we're going to switch over to a dark magic character. So we're using Tom Riddle and make our way to the far right side of the room. And we're just going to use dark magic on this object in the corner. And that is going to give us collectible 5, which is the Arthur Weasley character token. For our next collectible, we're going to make our way back over to the left side of the room. And we're just going to use magic on this giant chest against the wall. If you get too close, it'll try to eat you, as you can see. but we're going to use magic on it until it opens up, and then we can actually jump inside, and this is going to take us underneath. And once we're in here, we can use dark magic to open up this ball. And inside is going to be number 6, which is the Slytherin Crest. Now, once we grab that, we're going to make our way back up the ladder. We're going to go to the center of the room. We are going to use magic on this green item in the fish tank. That is going to lift it up and create a cloud that is then going to fill the tank with water, releasing an item. Once we've done that, we're going to go right over to this brush that you can see in front of us by the painting. It is cloudy, and we're going to use that brush to clear it off so that you can see. And that's going to reveal a lever that you can only see in the mirror, which then we'll need to switch over to Hagrid so that we can pull the lever. Once we're Hagrid, we can pull that standing right here. That is going to release the items that we need to complete the sword. So now we can just use magic to put all of these items together. Now you might have to stand in a different location to get it to build, but once you do, you'll see that we'll build a sword right here. And then we're just going to go over and use magic to pick up that sword and put it into the picture frame that's up on the wall. And that's going to cue a cool little cutscene where the wizard will grab the sword and be able to slay the dragon. And once that cutscene ends, we will end up getting a key. He'll toss the key out of the frame. We can pick that up and open up the door on the right side, make our way outside. We'll go ahead and do that. Now, once you make it out here, we're pretty much just going to need to destroy all the items that you can see here in front of us blocking the way. And what this is going to do is release some bricks that we can use to build another lever. Go ahead and destroy all of these. And then once you do, you'll be able to see we can build a lever here against the wall. We can then switch back over to Hagrid and pull this one. And then once we pull this one, what it's going to do is pretty much move everything out of the way for you so you can move up the staircase. Wait for all this stuff to go away. Once it's gone, we're free to move. What we're going to do is use our dark magic character on this fence that's on the top left. We'll go ahead and do that first. And then once that's open, we're then going to use all these planks on the right to build a staircase to get up to that crest. We'll use magic here. That's going to build a little staircase for us. When we make our way up the stairs, we'll be able to grab our 7th collectible, which is the Ravenclaw crest. Now, to get our final collectible, we're just going to go down the stairs, head up the pathway, and we just need to open up this chest on the left side of the pathway. And inside will be our 8th and final collectible, the Harry Sweater character token. But this is where you're going to be able to find all 8 collectibles here in the Floo Powder mission of Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.